Good morning, everybody. Now, Wednesday morning, Brain Buzz, as always, is in our links. Yesterday we had a bit of a problem with our Thor Ragnarok comprehension. I know it worked for the majority of the time, and then all of a sudden the link was pulled from YouTube, so I must have included too much of the actual video link from the movie, and Disney hasn't liked that, or whoever has made the movie, and then pulled it on copyright. But hopefully you got some of that covered before that was pulled. I know a few of you had sent me through pictures of your work showing me that you had got that done. I do have a few others, and hopefully they still work, but we'll try it. We'll try and we'll keep going, and if not, we'll adjust something, we'll do something different. Did you enjoy yesterday's Mars bar cakes? I know I did. I am getting as fat as a fool eating these things, but the Great Northern Ireland Bake Off continues with another recipe today in our topic challenge. Now, of course, you don't have to do all of these. If you prefer one over another, you might want to make a batch and that'll do, or you might enjoy baking and have a go at all of these. It's up to you. Squares and triangles, we are going to continue with our capacity topic. Today's a little bit practical, so hopefully we're going to be able to do this. If you have measuring jugs at home, I'm trying to give you a full range of experiences that we would be doing in school. We would have all of the measuring activities to do in school as well, so hopefully you have some of those items at home. And our circles, we're looking at 3D shapes, and again we would have all the 3D shapes in school, but we'll try and have a go at this at home and see what shapes we can find. Okay, let's jump in and starting off with squares. Okay, so squares. Today is all about reading scales, estimating and measuring, okay, and measuring as well. The measuring is going to be the tricky part, but we've got to do our best and see if we have some of these things at home that we could measure. So taking a look, we have 4 containers at the top, and here are some scales that represent the measures that are up here. Can you pair up which one goes with which? So being able to read scales that have different intervals, you can see all of these are slightly different. So take a look at them and see if you can work out which one belongs with which, adding to our knowledge of centiliters that we had yesterday. Now, down here we have different containers, and this is what I would like you to do. Go and find different containers. If you could find 6 containers, that would be great. Then make an estimate how many centiliters you think that container measures, and then if you have a measuring jug in the house, measure and check how close your estimate was. Okay, so check by measuring. And then down at the bottom of this one, find 2 other containers that have a capacity between 35 centiliters and 0.5 litres, and you can work out the difference between those based on the work we had yesterday. Okay, now on our next page we are looking at using and applying some of the knowledge that we now have gathered up. So on this page we have to read through these problems and write true or false beside each one of the statements, and then continue with this work. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to help you with it. As long as you have the sound knowledge of what we covered in day 1 with centiliters to litres and milliliters, you should be able to flow through this nicely. And then we have a topic assessment on this as well, and it is topic assessment number 13. So if you can get out your little topic assessment booklets, once you do page 91 and 92, it's topic assessment 13. So we've quite a bit to get through today. Any problems with any of it, give me a little shout or ask somebody at home. Hopefully we can give you a hand with it, but try and give yourself some experience of actually seeing what this stuff looks like and getting used to how much these measures are. It's important we have a practical understanding and not just a paper understanding of what these different measures look like in centiliters, litres and milliliters. Okay, squares, that's you, off you go. Now, good morning triangles. Now triangles, today is a practical activity, so we're going to have to do our best to find some objects. It says you need containers like these and a litre measuring jar or a funnel. If you have a funnel like this, I'll be surprised, okay? But you can get litre milk jugs, so you could use that as your measuring jug. Or if you have a measuring jug at home, even better. So you need a range of different containers to hold different measures. And then what I want you to do is to make an estimate about how much each of these containers would hold. So do your estimates first, and then carry out your measurement. Now, we're looking about, we're not looking you to be exact with your measurements. If you can be, excellent, but at this stage we're not looking for you to be exact. So if it's about a litre or close to a litre or half a litre, quarter litre, you record that in there, okay? And then once you've done it, list the containers that you have, so they'll all be given a letter, starting with the greatest capacity. So those that hold the most will come first. And then find the weight. So get your kitchen scales out and you'll find something interesting about the weight of a litre of water and a weight of half a litre of water. And then you'll find some interesting results with that. Now, I know this is practical, but it's all to do with estimating and measuring things today. So it might be a little bit footery to find all these things and put it together, but we really have to try and build an understanding of what these measures look like in real life. It's okay knowing all the labels and how much is worth something else, but it's to do with practical activities. You know, if I asked you to pour me half a litre of water, you should have to be able to, you could guess how much that looks like and be able to estimate it accurately. And that's important as well, not just the paperwork side of it. Okay, triangles, jump in, get started. If you have any problems, give me a little shout. Good morning, my super circles. Now, circles, this is a tricky one for us because it's a practical activity as well. It says you need 3D shapes like these. Now, if we're in school, we have all of these shapes for you to use and explore. But we also have Google at home, and you may have some of these shapes to explore. And what I want you to do first of all is get familiar with what these shapes are. So we have the names of the shapes down here and the actual 3D pictures of the shapes here. So use your Google to look up what a sphere is and try and pair it up with whichever one you think that is. Which one's the triangular prism, the cube, the cone, the cuboid, the hemisphere, the pyramid, or the cylinder. Today is all about building our knowledge of what these 3D shapes are, and we can then look at the properties. And when we say look at the properties, I'm not talking about your granny's flat or house or anything like that. I mean the features of each of these shapes as well. For example, how many corners it would have, how many faces it would have, and the fancy words for these types of things as well. Now, name the 3D shapes in this model. You can see we have lots of different 3D shapes that have gone into this. Can you go back up to our list of words here and try and label and name each one of those? So you might say the blue, I don't know, what's that? Cuboid? Sphere? Triangular prism? You decide. It says build your own model using 3D shapes down here and name the shapes that you've used. You could actually do this. Everything in your house is a 3D shape, okay? Absolutely everything. Now, don't go for weird things like cups. That's not exactly a 3D shape. Go for things like books, milk cartons, stuff that you have in your cupboards. Go to your grocery cupboards and you'll find like boxes of cereal, maybe chocolate orange. Reminds me of that one. Oh, we all know what this would be. The delicious triangular chocolate. Maybe you have these things. Design a 3D shape and then label them. Take me a wee picture and send it through to me and I'll have a look at that too. That would be great to see. Then down here, these people are describing one of these shapes. So it has two flat faces. Now, we need to discuss this. Faces are the flat parts, okay? So on this shape, there are three flat faces. There's this one on top, there's this one that runs right the way around, and there's the one underneath that you can't see. So you've got to use your imagination with some of these to visualize what faces there are and the things that you can't see. And then it says one curved. Now we know this language, we've discussed this before. Curved means it's going around, it's rounded. And then the other thing we might want to look at is this up here, and these are called corners. Now, I would also ask you, even though it's a tricky one to remember, the fancy pants word for corners is, hopefully you can remember from our chat, vertices, okay? Now that language is not used here, but it's a good bit of vocabulary to add to your dictionary brain, because you will see that as you get older and it'll be something you can go boom boom, I know what that is. We discussed that with Mr. Hayes. So today is all about 3D shapes, identifying the shapes themselves and looking at the faces that we have involved. Okay, circles, have a good go with that, and if you need any help, give me a little shout. I'm always here to lend a hand. Now, for today's literacy task, we have a video link in the top of the descriptions for literacy. So go to the literacy part, click on the description and watch the little video about the robot. Now, it reminds me a little bit about the robot Wall-E, where he was moving through space. This one is called Origins, and for obvious reasons when you watch the video as well. But I made a couple of notes as I watched the video for questions for you to consider before we get on to the writing part. So here they come. Watch the video, then come back to these questions and have a little discussion with me, as weird as that seems, and tell me what you think the answers are to these to get your brains going and into the scene and the setting of our video. So my questions are: where did the robot come from? Why is it alone in the woods? What do you think the reason is it's alone in the woods for? How can we tell he is lonely? So look for features in the video. How can we tell he was lonely? Does he feel at home in the woods, and how could you prove it? What is the factory like inside? Think of some adjectives and describing words to help you describe that. Why does he decide to go back into the woods and not remain in the factory? And then go back to the video and pause it before the gates of the factory and have a little chat about why you would think it's a good idea or a bad idea to go inside the factory. So there's a couple of questions just to get us warmed up before we do our writing task. Now, the writing task today, what I would like you to do is create another robot. You get to design the robot. So draw that out and then describe him. Give me little bubbles, little speech bubbles or imagination bubbles around the outside of the robot and describe him. Now describe his features, describe any gadgets that he has, describe his personality. Now I know that's strange for a robot, but give him a personality. What sort of personality would he do? What was he originally designed for? What jobs does he do now? Give him a bit of a background as well and surround your robot with him. So a little bit of a descriptive and imagination writing task. And hopefully you enjoy the video as well. Send me a little picture, let me see your robots and the little bubbles surrounding it and see how this turns out. Okay, hopefully you enjoy this task. Now, and finally, we are on to topic challenge number 3. It's Wednesday. Wednesday, what do I want on a Wednesday? I want cookies. So today is all about cookies. The little list of ingredients is coming up there now. Okay, so you're going to be making cookies today. It's not a long list. Tomorrow's is a bit longer. Okay, tomorrow's is a little bit longer list of ingredients. Hopefully you have some of these in the house, or maybe you have been about to get your shopping and you could add them to your basket, possibly. And we can continue our great Northern Irish bake-off. So enjoy the cookies, send me pictures of what they look like, get my mouth watering once again, and then I'll see you all tomorrow after today's bad dad joke.